You are listening to the 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins. Transform your life with a simple countdown technique that breaks through procrastination and fear. The 5-Second Rule presents a revolutionary approach to overcoming the mental barriers that prevent us from pursuing our dreams and taking decisive action. Imagine waking up on a cold winter morning in Boston, feeling overwhelmed by unemployment, financial stress, and personal struggles. This was Mel Robbins' reality when she discovered a life-changing technique that would transform not just her morning routine, but her entire existence. Instead of hitting the snooze button as usual, she began counting backwards. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and everything changed. This deceptively simple countdown method serves as a powerful interruption to destructive thought patterns. When we feel the urge to procrastinate, avoid difficult tasks, or remain in our comfort zones, our brains naturally default to seeking immediate gratification. The 5-second countdown creates a crucial window of opportunity, redirecting our attention from anxiety-inducing thoughts to productive action. The technique works by hijacking our natural tendency to overthink and second-guess ourselves. Rather than waiting for motivation or inspiration to strike, we take control of our decision-making process. This concept relates to what psychologist Julian Rotter identified as the locus of control, our perception of how much influence we have over our circumstances. Those who feel more in control of their lives tend to be significantly more productive and successful. History provides compelling examples of how split-second decisions can create monumental change. In December 1955, Rosa Parks made a 5-second choice that would ignite the civil rights movement. Her refusal to give up her bus seat wasn't the result of extensive planning or preparation. It was an instinctive moment when her beliefs overcame her natural inclination to avoid confrontation. Similarly, when Martin Luther King Jr. was asked to lead the Montgomery bus boycott, he later wrote that the decision happened so quickly he didn't have time to think it through. If he had deliberated longer, he might have declined the nomination that would define his legacy. These historical figures weren't inherently more courageous than anyone else. Parks was naturally shy and introverted, while King struggled with self-doubt. They simply pushed past their fears in crucial moments, demonstrating that courage isn't a personality trait, it's a choice we can make in 5 seconds. The rule is particularly effective against our tendency to wait for the perfect moment to pursue our goals. Research reveals that 85% of professional service employees withhold valuable feedback from their managers because they're waiting for the right time. This perfectionist paralysis affects everyone, even highly successful individuals. Steve Wozniak, Apple's co-founder, initially hesitated when offered funding to start the company in 1977. He wanted to delay leaving his secure job until friends convinced him to take the leap. Similarly, E.L. James didn't wait for a traditional publishing deal before writing 50 Shades of Grey. As a working mother, she created her own opportunity by self-publishing during her free time. The book sold 1 million copies in 4 days, but this success never would have materialized if she hadn't taken that initial 5-second decision to start writing. Understanding the relationship between feelings and actions is crucial for implementing this technique effectively. Neuroscientist Antonio Damasio's research reveals that emotions drive 95% of our decisions. We're not thinking machines that feel, but rather feeling machines that think. This explains why we often base choices on temporary emotional states rather than long-term goals. Professional athletes demonstrate mastery over this feeling-action relationship. Despite experiencing exhaustion, pain, and the desire to quit, they separate from these sensations and continue performing. They understand that feelings are merely suggestions, not commands. This same principle applies to everyday challenges. We can acknowledge our fears and doubts while still taking action toward our objectives. The 5-second rule serves as a form of psychological intervention, a concept dating back to Aristotle's principle of do good, be good. This philosophy suggests that behavioral changes precede emotional changes. By changing our actions first, we gradually reshape our self-perception and emotional responses. Modern technology has amplified our procrastination challenges. Devices designed to increase productivity often become sources of distraction and avoidance. However, procrastination isn't simply laziness or poor time management, it's a stress response. Timothy Pitchell, a psychology professor at Carleton University, explains that procrastination stems from our subconscious desire for instant gratification. When facing stressful situations, we seek immediate relief, even if temporary. The 5-second rule becomes a healthier alternative to procrastination. Since the most effective way to complete any task is simply to begin, use the countdown the moment you feel the urge to delay or avoid. This practice immediately improves your locus of control, transforming you from a passive recipient of circumstances into an active creator of your destiny. Worry represents another area where the 5-second rule proves invaluable. Many of us learn to worry as children from well-meaning parents, constantly warning us to be careful and anticipate potential dangers. As adults, we waste precious time and energy worrying about circumstances beyond our control. Dr. Carl Pillemer's decade-long study of over 1,200 senior citizens revealed a consistent regret. They had spent too much time worrying about insignificant matters. Life is too valuable to squander on fear and anxiety. When you notice your mind gravitating toward worry, use the 5-second countdown to regain control. Upon reaching 1, ask yourself 2 transformative questions. What am I grateful for in this moment? And what do I want to remember? These questions shift your focus from negative speculation to positive reality. In any given moment, there are inevitably more reasons for gratitude than anxiety. The 5-second rule helps you access this perspective consistently. The rule also works effectively for managing performance anxiety. Instead of telling yourself to calm down before important events like job interviews or public speaking, reframe your nervousness as excitement. Since anxiety and excitement are both states of physiological arousal, you can redirect this energy positively rather than allowing fear to dominate your experience. Your habits, mindset, and personality traits are more flexible than you might believe. Once you recognize this plasticity, meaningful change becomes possible. The 5-second rule serves as a simple yet powerful tool for adjusting your default reactions and decision-making patterns. By consistently applying this technique, you can redefine who you are, how you feel, and what you accomplish with your life. This isn't about making dramatic overnight transformations. It's about accumulating small, intentional choices that compound into significant change. Each time you use the countdown, you're strengthening your ability to act in alignment with your goals rather than your momentary feelings. The beauty of the 5-second rule lies in its simplicity and universal applicability. Whether you're struggling with procrastination, fear, worry, or simply the desire to live more boldly, this technique provides a practical pathway forward. It doesn't require special skills, extensive training, or perfect conditions. Just 5 seconds of courage to choose action over inaction. Remember, you have the power to shape your destiny through the choices you make in those crucial 5 seconds. Stop waiting for the right moment, the perfect plan, or ideal circumstances. Let this moment be the one you've been waiting for. Use the 5-second rule to bridge the gap between knowing what you should do and actually doing it. If you enjoyed this book summary, smash the like button and subscribe for more. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below.